What is up, guys? Defqwop here, and welcome to my new a bit of a series. I've sort of wanted to give you a step-by-step guide on how I make a hybrid, and the tips and stuff that you can go into actually making one. And a lot of people, kind of don't really understand what hybrid means, and it basically means just like one or more. Well, not one or more. Say 3 nationalities from different leagues, or 2 different leagues in one squad, or so on and so forth, like so that they don't have direct links to like the same club or same league or same nation. It has to have a mix up of Boxing Premier League and League BBVA and say Ghana. That's just an example. That's just an example of one. But what I tend to do is sort of when I try and find a hybrid to make, firstly I try and find a formation which I think is suitable. So we're just going to go through these formations now, and as you can see, you want to find one which there's sort of a holding player which can give off a lot of links and hopefully give a good amount of players that you can link off and stuff like that from other leagues or other nationalities. So as you see here, 3-4-1-2, it's not the greatest. I tend to not use 3 at the back because they're pretty hard to use. 4-2-3-1 is probably one of the best ones you can get to use. And as you can see here, if say you had like a decent centre forward right in this position, then you can indeed, for example, if you had Ozil here, you could have on the right centre attacking mid, you could have Kaka, and then on the left centre attacking mid, you could have a German centre attacking mid, say Schweinsteiger. Then centre defensive mid, you could have say Ozil. Right centre defensive mid, you could have say Diego from Liga BBVA, and then it can branch off down there and continuously get a bit more hybrid. And because as you can see there, you would have Germany on the left with Ozil in the middle, and then a bit of Liga BBVA on the right. So I think it's mostly important about just choosing the right players. But hopefully with this first episode, it's just going to tell you and teach you just a little bit about formations and what they can do. So the next formation is 4-4-2-2, 4-2-2-2, and as you can see here, we have a lot of links between the centre defensive mid and the centre attack mids, and then the strikers. So a lot of people don't really like strikers, and well, put it this way, that people don't like in hybrids dead links, and to be honest, it is pretty annoying when you do have them, but you can actually get away with having dead links and still getting 9 chemistry on every single player. For example, if you got 2 players that played for the same club, say Drogba and Torres, you would have 9 chemistry on both of them. Or if you had 2 players from the same nationality and in the same league, you'd get 9 chem, and so on and so forth. So you could have, just say, I'm trying to think of 2 centre attacking mids that are, okay, just say Milner here and Jack Wilshere here. You could have them 2 and it'd be fine. It'd be a fine hybrid, obviously, because them 2 are from the same league and in the same nationality, and that's just the start of a link. And then you could branch off down here and have 2 Portuguese players from the same league. And for example, for this centre defensive mid here, you could have say Danny, and then this centre back you could have Bruno Alves, because them 2 are both partnering in the same nationality and in the same league, and they're even in the same team. So them 2 players are probably the best sort of partnering you can have in a hybrid team. And hopefully you guys understand this, because it is kind of hard to explain without having these players in front of me. But with the next episode, I will be bringing the first player into my team and showing you what I'm going to do and how I do build around it. But we'll move into the next formation now, and 4-3-1-2 is kind of hard. It's probably one of the hardest formations, because this centre forward is sort of going to be the position which is going to feed off all the links, and it's very, very hard to feed off to 3 centre mids from a centre forward when it's just incredibly hard. And I think if you get the gist of building hybrids, you will understand what I mean by that. But 4-3-2-1, it's again not the most amazing, because there's so many links in the middle. that you very often get 2 dead links, and that can cause a player to not have 9 chemistry, which is kind of annoying. Same with 4-3-3, it's pretty much the same. 4-4-1-1 is fairly decent. You can have, say, it's pretty much just like the 4-2-3-1. You can have a centre forward role, and then that centre forward can link off to the right mid and the centre mid, and then so on and so forth on the left side, and then into the striker. It could be another player that just links with him, but isn't necessarily the same nationality. It could be the same league, or it could be the same nationality and not necessarily the same league. So, moving on, and the 4-4-2 is, you know, a fairly decent formation, but it's not, you know, the greatest for building hybrids, I must say. This one's more for like partnering players. For example, you could have Ben Arthur here and Sagna there, well, Sanya, and I want to get slated in the comment section below again for that. But 4-5-1 is probably the easiest formation to build hybrids around. I know it's sort of a frowned upon formation, but it is one which can, you know, give off a lot of good links and stuff like that, and it is really decent when you do come to building teams. And, you know, I've built many hybrids. I will go back to a couple of them at the moment. So, and also I wouldn't recommend any five at the back formations or 3 at the back formations. I think they're just too hard and difficult if you are first starting out to, you know, build hybrids. And so the main ones that I would use are 4-5-1, 4-4-1-1, a 4-2-2-2, and a 4-2-3-1 if you first want to build a hybrid. And I will just show you a couple of hybrids that I have made, as you can see here. This isn't actually a silver hybrid, but it's just, you know, the one that I did for my last episode. So that is a hybrid, obviously Ivorian, Barclays Premier League, Liga BBVA hybrid sort of type thing. Moving on, and we have a sort of, as you can see here, Dream Team. This is one that I did a couple of days ago, which is sort of like it's not the most hybrid squad in the world, but it is still a hybrid because it does have 2 different leagues in it and a couple of different nationalities which do link with each other. But, you know, that's sort of more of a simple hybrid, and one that is, for me, one of the best teams I've ever played with. And then the final one that I'm going to show you is the one that I did the other day, and it's just the cheap hybrid squad with a 4-2-2-2 formation, which is what I mean about the links in between the players. And but yeah, guys, that is going to be step 1 of building a hybrid. I will come back with step 2 tomorrow. Hopefully there's a bit more in-depth on how to build a hybrid. And one thing that I will just mention is that whenever you are building a hybrid team, you want every single player to have 9 chemistry. Otherwise, it isn't really seen as a hybrid to, you know, other people. But that's going to be it, guys. Thank you for watching. Please do leave a like if you did enjoy the video, and have a nice day.